My child, lean in closely, for the veil between moments is thinning, and the quiet hum of eternity is about to break into a sound you can feel in your very bones. You look at the clock, and you see the passing of a single hour, a collection of 60 minutes. But I see a hinge in time, a pivotal point upon which the entire story of your future is about to turn. Are you ready? For what is coming is not a gentle tide, but a wave that will reshape the shoreline of your existence. There are moments preordained before the foundations of the world were laid, and you are standing on the threshold of one such moment. Yes, my child, since the day the moon blushed with the color of blood in the September sky, a great acceleration began. It was a sign not just for the prophets and the watchers, but a deep, resonant bell tolling for the entire world and especially for you. You may not have understood it with your mind, but your spirit felt it. You have felt the ground shifting beneath your feet, a subtle tremor in the normality of your days. That was my doing. Behind the curtain of the visible, I have been moving the grand pieces on the board of destiny. I have been speaking to the hearts of kings, stirring the depths of the oceans, and preparing the soil of your own heart for a seed that could only be planted in this exact season. I am speaking to you now, directly and intimately, because the time for whispers is ending, and the time for revelation is at hand. What has been nurtured in secret must now break through the soil. What has been delayed by necessity must now be released with power. This is not the echo of your own anxieties, nor is it the advice of a well-meaning friend. This is my voice, the same voice that spoke light into darkness and breathed life into dust. I am the one who knows the number of your days and the deepest desires you have never spoken aloud. I know the fears that visit you in the lonely hours of the night, and I know the magnificent strength you have yet to discover within yourself. And I say to you, this approaching hour will bring a page turn in the book of your life that you did not see coming. This chapter was written for you long ago, penned with love and purpose, and now the time has come for it to be read. You have known something was coming, haven't you? That persistent restlessness in your soul, that feeling of waiting for a guest you cannot name, that profound sense that the life you are living is but a prelude to the main story. I placed that feeling within you. It is the homing beacon of your destiny, the sacred alarm clock I set for this very hour, waking you from the slumber of the ordinary so that you may be alert for the extraordinary. I have been your silent guide, gently nudging you, closing doors to protect you and opening windows you barely noticed. Now the time for subtlety is passing. I am drawing back the great curtain. The blood moon was a celestial marker, a sign that an age was culminating and a new one was being birthed. The spiritual atmosphere of the world tightened. The unseen realms grew charged with anticipation. The very elements responded to the shift in my cosmic timing. The currents of the spirit, which guide the flow of human events, altered their course. You, my child, are one of those chosen to not only witness, but to participate fully in this new era of intensity. Do not let your heart be troubled when I use the word shocking. In your human experience, shock is often tied to pain, loss, and fear. But in my hands, a shock can be the most profound instrument of grace. Some shocks are the blessed interruptions that save you from a path leading to ruin. Some shocks are the sudden slamming of a wrong door so that you are forced to turn and see the right one standing wide open. Some shocks are the startling awakenings that lift you from a comfortable dream into your magnificent, real purpose. And some shocks, my child, are the unexpected answers to prayers you gave up on, arriving in a package you would never have recognized. I am the God of divine surprises, and I do not surprise you to wound you. I surprise you to make you. The nations of the world will be shaken like leaves in a storm, but you will be a tree deeply rooted in me. The foundations of what men have built will crack and tremble, but my hand which holds you will be steady and sure. Yes, the hour is short. You measure time in a linear fashion, but I see it as a tapestry, and this next hour is a thread of brilliant gold that will illuminate the entire design. In this single hour, I can accomplish what you think would take a lifetime. There are divine appointments, ordained connections, and holy encounters that have been waiting for the chime of this specific moment. When it strikes, everything will be different. What you have perceived as a long and arduous season of waiting is about to collide with a season of my suddenness. You have asked me, Lord, why the delay? Why have my cries seemed to meet only silence? Why have my hopes been deferred? I have heard every question. I have caught every tear in my bottle. Not 1 ounce of your faith-filled struggle has been wasted. Those tears have watered the ground for the harvest that is to come. Now you will understand that every delay was a masterful act of preparation. I was aligning people you have not yet met. I was dismantling circumstances that would have hindered you. I was teaching your heart to depend on me alone, building a foundation of trust strong enough to hold the weight of the blessing that is coming. What was sown in the quiet darkness of your waiting is about to erupt into glorious, visible bloom. The news that is coming, the change that is about to manifest, will challenge the limits of your heart. It will demand that you trust me beyond the scope of your logic and your sight. But it will also be the very thing that elevates you to a level of purpose and joy you could not have achieved on your own. You will see with your own eyes that what appears to be a sudden end is, in fact, a glorious beginning. You will understand that what feels like a painful loss is actually a strategic clearing of the way for an immeasurable gain. And you will know, with a certainty that settles deep in your soul, that I have never, not for a moment, left your side. I have been the footsteps beside you when you thought you were walking alone. I have been the whisper in the wind when you heard only silence. I have been the light at the end of the tunnel when you saw only darkness. Now, I am about to show you the tangible fruit of your endurance. Be prepared for my methods to look different from your expectations. My ways are not your ways. They are higher, deeper, and more intricate than you can imagine. You may be looking for a whisper, but I may arrive in a whirlwind. You may be expecting a small stream, but I may open the floodgates of a river. The answer you thought would come through a familiar door may suddenly crash through a wall you never knew existed. The breakthrough you feared would be a battle may arrive as a gentle, quiet surrender. Your task is not to predict my methods, but to recognize my signature. In the midst of the coming storm, you will find my peace. In the heart of the fire, you will feel my presence. Be ready to see my hand at work, even when it looks like chaos to the world. My child, the entire creation groans in anticipation. Humanity is restless. The hearts of many are failing them because they have built their lives on sinking sand. But I have placed my light within you, a flame that cannot be extinguished by any darkness. The same voice that commanded the stars into their constellations is the voice that is now calling your name. The same power that conquered the grave is the power that is now raising you up into your divine appointment. You are not insignificant. You are not a forgotten detail in a grand, impersonal universe. You are a central character in a cosmic story of redemption and glory. I know you with an intimacy that surpasses all human understanding. I have counted the hairs on your head. I have seen every version of you, your past, your present, and the glorious future I have planned. And I am telling you now, the next hour will usher in the chapter you were born to live. So I speak this word over you, courage. Let it rise within you not as a product of your own strength, but as a gift from mine. Let faith be the wings that lift you above the crashing waves of uncertainty. Turn a deaf ear to the clamoring voices of doubt and fear. The world is loud, chaotic, and confusing. Anchor yourself in my voice, for it is the one constant in a universe of change. It is steady. It is true. It is eternal. I will not let you be crushed. The pressure you feel is not to break you. It is the pressure that turns carbon into a diamond. It is the force that will forge you into a vessel of honor, capable of carrying the new wine I am pouring out. When the news arrives, when the shockwave hits, you will remain standing, not because of your own resilience, but because I am standing with you, and my kingdom cannot be shaken. You ask, Lord, what is this news? What could possibly change everything so suddenly? I will tell you this. It is the unveiling of a promise. It is the turning of a key in a lock you had long forgotten. It is the sound of ancient doors, sealed for a season, now groaning as they swing open. Certain relationships will be redefined, some falling away in mercy and others appearing in divine appointment. Opportunities that were once impossible will suddenly materialize. Burdens you have carried for years will be lifted as if they were feathers. Truths that have been hidden, both in your own heart and in the world around you, will be brought into the glaring light of day. And through it all, you will see the golden thread of my handiwork. For I am not a God of chaos, but of perfect divine order. My surprises are not cruel tricks, they are holy appointments. If you cling to me through this hour, you will walk through it and emerge not just as a survivor, but as a victor, clothed in new strength and purpose. I am raising you up to be a voice of clarity in an age of confusion. I am making you a beacon of hope that will shine brightly in the encroaching shadows. Your story is not just for you. The news that is coming to you will become a testimony that will ripple out and touch countless others. Your life is a letter, an epistle written by my own hand, and through the reading of your journey, many will find the courage to believe. Every struggle you have endured, every tear you have cried, every question you have wrestled with, none of it was in vain. It will all become part of a powerful testimony that pulls others out of their own despair. You will see that every pain was a seed, every loss was a preparation, and every dark night was simply the prelude to a magnificent dawn. I tell you these things because I love you. My love for you is not a fragile sentiment. It is the most powerful force in the universe. It is not dependent on your performance. It is everlasting. It is stronger than death, deeper than the abyss, and higher than the havens. Nothing in all of creation can separate you from this love. Not your past mistakes, not your present fears, not the opinions of others, and not the coming chaos of the world. You belong to me, and I belong to you. And it is because of this fierce, protective love that I am preparing you now. I would not allow this hour to descend upon you without a warning, without an equipping, without a fresh infusion of my grace. Even as you read these words, my spirit is fortifying you. My word is breathing new life into your weary soul. My angels are establishing a perimeter around you. You are not walking into this alone. So look up, child. The signs are not just on the earth, they are written in the lights of the heavens. I have always used my creation to speak. The sky is my canvas, a celestial clock that marks the turning of my ages. When the moon took on the color of blood, it was a profound symbol, a reminder to all of creation of the covenant of sacrifice, of the price that was paid, and of the redemption that is available to all. That celestial shift was a signal that the spiritual reality on earth had fundamentally changed. You felt it. Even if you could not name it, you felt the atmosphere change. It was the heavens announcing a new chapter, and your spirit, which is attuned to my voice, heard the announcement. When the planets align in perfect formation, it is not an accident. It is my declaration that I am bringing order to the chaos in your life. When a comet streaks across the night sky, it is a herald of a swift and sudden change. Do not dismiss these signs as mere astronomical events. They are the language of your Creator, telling you that a new sound is being released from the heavens, and the earth in your lifa must respond. Your body feels the pull of the moon, your mind feels the shift in atmospheric pressure, and your spirit feels the weight of a cosmic turning. This is by design. You were woven from the dust of the earth, but your life comes from the breath of heaven. You are a bridge between two realms, and therefore you are sensitive to the movements of both. When I shake the heavens, it is a signal that I am also preparing to shake your earthly circumstances into a new and better alignment. In ages past, when the heavens were shaken, empires rose and fell. A single star in the east guided wise men to the King of Kings. The darkening of the sun at midday mocked the moment that salvation's price was paid. It has always been this way. The heavens declare, the earth responds, and my children are swept up into the divine rhythm of my purpose. Now, in your time, the signs are multiplying. The celestial clock is chiming with greater frequency and volume. This is not happening far away from you. It is happening for you. It is writing itself directly into the narrative of your life. Do not be afraid of these shifts. Embrace them as the love letters from your God, telling you that what was static is now in motion. What was dormant is now awakening. What was silent is now speaking. The season of stillness is over. You are now in a time of rapid acceleration, and the earthly pressures you feel are the direct result of this heavenly momentum. It is my hand pushing you forward, out of your comfort zone and into your calling. The news that is coming will be the earthly manifestation of a heavenly shift that has already occurred. When it arrives, you will remember these words. You will see it not as a random, shocking event, but as a piece of a divine puzzle falling perfectly into place. It was foretold in the stars and whispered to your spirit. It is part of your sacred path. Let it awaken you fully. Let it turn you definitively toward your destiny. I am the God who holds the stars in one hand and your heart in the other. Nothing is random. Every change is by design. Every shock is a setup for a greater revelation. Trust me in this hour. Hold fast to my unchanging hand. The hour is short, my child. The news is near. The heavens have made their move, and now your reality will follow. Do not be afraid. I am with you in the shaking. I am with you in the turning. And when the dust settles, you will be standing on higher ground, seeing with clearer eyes, and knowing with all your heart that it was all part of a beautiful, terrifying, and glorious plan, written for you from the beginning. Amen.